Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot reading. It's a reading I do every day, 365 days a year. I don't miss a day for holidays or anything because you are my primary concern. That's not blowing smoke. That's honest. My job, the way I see it, is to inspire you, encourage you to manifest a better life for yourself. Now, manifesting is not mysterious. You have done it all of your life, probably in small ways, but some of us maybe in larger ways. But we all have that capacity and ability. But the way the world is plugged into technology, not just with AI, but just the way the internet works, the way the cell phones work, we are being programmed to give up our imagination, which is critical to manifest. We're literally being dumbed down. There is science over several decades to show that we ain't as sharp as we were just 20, 30 years ago. So that's part of a plan to dumb us down, to make us helpless. So we're working in reverse here. Because of that, this is simply an audio. You're going to see the 5-card spread for today, the energy signature for today, the energetic potential for the day. If it resonates with you, grab it and run. Go. We're just a day or so away from that eclipse coming up on the 8th. This is telling us that we are in a very, very powerful time. I think it's super critical, and I think it's going to extend probably for the next year or two, maybe even 3 years. We're hitting a turning point coming up. The next 6 months is going to start moving us. So you have to be ready, and one of the best defenses that you have at your disposal is your ability to manifest. So that's what I want to do, inspire you. I don't want the distractions. You can look at the screen, you can close your eyes and get into kind of an alpha state, a light meditative state, and listen. And then it's my job to put together the parts and pieces so that you get a clear reading. You know what the energy is. You don't have to guess. My main complaint very often, and I've done astrology for 50 years plus, and I've done tarot for over 20. My main complaint is that, especially on the internet, people are telling you what they think you want to hear. So they get the likes, they get the subscribes, they get all that stuff. The more numbers that they create, they actually at some point start to get paid. So that's their goal. My goal is not that. Not that I'm wonderful or tremendous or super spiritual or anything like that. It's just something that is inside of me that I want to give back. And so I want to inspire you. That's my goal. Yes, I like the likes and the subscribes and the shares. Please do that. It's some enjoyment for me. But my main goal is to empower you because I know what we're coming up to. Hell, I know we're in it already, knee deep in it already. You need to be able to harness the power to create pictures between your ears. Not let some computer do it, but you yourself create those images, those feelings. Taste it, touch it, feel it, hear it. That's the kind of stuff that I want you to develop, and I'm here to try to help you. So we begin with the middle card. It is the Oracle card, and today it is the Thinker. Interesting. I think that is required because there's a lot of emotion going on. There's a lot of feeling going on. But the problem with feelings is they're like tides of the moon. You know, go to astrology. If the moon is in Pisces, it has a different feel than if it's in Taurus or if it's in Leo or if it's in Capricorn. And you go through those kind of cyclic sorts of things. More especially, I think, feel or felt by women, or maybe guys feel it too, but we just operate on more logical basis so we can kind of suffer through the dregs and just keep going one foot in front of the other kind of a thing. But it impacts all of us. I mean, my God, if the moon impacts the tides of the oceans, I mean, we're 70-80% water. It's going to affect us too. So thinking is using another one of our gifts. It's logic. Not a strong point for most women, especially young women, but it's something that needs to be addressed right now, because where we're headed, we're at a very, very, very critical point for humanity. And I think all of this is going to be centered on the United States. This will be the third eclipse coming up on the 8th, a couple days. Third eclipse across continental United States. I think it's going to be, whatever happens here is going to spread to the rest of the world. So the card here, thinker, I think is important as opposed to feeling. There are times when you should follow your intuition. Intuition is not the same as feeling, but there is kind of a connection. Thinking is using logic. Let's take, as I observe, fact A, fact B, fact C. Let's compile them. Let's put them together and see if we can make some sense out of that. This is a critical time for thinking. And to emphasize that, the number up in the right-hand corner is 44. 4 is stability. 4 is that foundation. A square is 4. A cube is 4. Three-dimensional 4, but it's 4. Hard to move. Very solid. We got 2 of those. And together they equal an 8, which is coming to some sort of concrete conclusion, moving towards a decision. And that's why thinking is going to be a critical resource. Think, be logical, put the emotion beside you. Because stop and think for a minute. If things turn as stinky as I think they could, then you're being set up. They want you to respond emotionally because they can manipulate you then. But if you're thinking, if you're looking logically, if you stand back and go, wow, this is a disaster, let me take a look and see, let me get the storyline here, you may come up with an entirely different conclusion. And more importantly, they will have a much, much more difficult time manipulating you. So I want you to manifest on the idea of thinking. By the way, the meme for today is thoughts and concepts don't go away easily since we keep nurturing them on a daily basis. And that's why it's important for you to think your way through this time, because they build in strength, they build in clarity, they build in power, because we keep feeding our mind on a day-to-day basis. Let's begin. Let's go all the way to the left, the 9 of Wands. Wands are positivity, excitement, joy, gratitude. And the 9 of Wands is determination. And Wands don't do things halfway. Don't do them. It's all or nothing. And so determination for the 9, this guy is saying, look, I want to be plugged into my life. I want a life that means something to me. I want a life where I feel connected. I'm not just observing, I'm actually living my own life. I'm not just living to get a paycheck so I can stay poor. Life has to be more. So the 9 of Wands is determination, it's courage, it's persisting. And where you get that is the next card, the 3 of Pentacles. Body, mind, and spirit. Your value system is lined up. That's why you have to think over feeling. Again, intuition being different than just pure emotion. So the key right now is to think, look at the facts, stand back, just don't jump to a conclusion, because that's exactly what they want you to do. So be determined. Use that energy. Decide for yourself that you are going to keep looking for that connection with yourself no matter what. Next card we get to emphasizes that. It's the King of Wands. The King is leadership, innovation, charisma. This guy is plugged into his life. He doesn't do it unless he gets some positive feedback. Doesn't mean that it's easy. Doesn't mean that it's going to come quickly. It just means that there is that connection. Many people I know right now are existing. They're human doings, working for that paycheck as they give up their life. Because remember, whenever you're at work, whenever you're at a job, you are giving up a chunk of your life you're never going to get back again. Never going to get it back again. It's gone. Gone. So you better get some satisfaction out of that job, because you're giving up your life for that. You could say if you were a farmer, you're growing your own food that supports your life. Yeah, okay, that's a good arrangement. May not be lots of fun, but there is joy in that, and fun and joy are two different things. And in essence, that's what the King of Wands is all about. Finding the joy in living. Not just working for that paycheck so you can stay in debt. And the final card is another wand card. It's the Knight of Wands. Knights always bring gifts. So the Knight brings confidence, courage, passion. You want this change. In fact, it's kind of interesting that skip the middle card, the Oracle card, but of the other 4 remaining, 3 are wands. You are wanting to be connected to your life. Over the last 3 or 4 years, you have been disconnected. And now you're fully feeling the results of that disconnection. You want to be plugged into your life. May not be easy, may not be fun, may not even be exciting, but you want your life on your terms. So maybe that's why you have to do the thinking, because just, doing the emotional stuff is not going to help you. It's like ice cream. One time you want vanilla, next time you want chocolate, and then tomorrow you're going to want strawberry. Why? You can't make it through this period in history doing that. You have to decide, keeping with the analogy, I want ice cream. That's what I want, ice cream that I like. And you keep focused. Feelings will not help you right now. They will simply confuse you, and in doing that, you're going to give up control. Think. Be logical. Step back and view the whole picture. You'll get your answers. Not always going to like them, but they're going to make you stronger, safer, and have more joy in your life. That's the reading. Back tomorrow again with the Tao Tarot Manifested reading. Between now and the next time we get together, peace and blessings.